The best way to use Claude AI literally everywhere is by using Claude Chrome extension. For whatever task that you are doing manually or by your hands, you can automate that by using Claude for Chrome extension. You can see right now it is replying all my LinkedIn comments for my post without me having to even touch anything. This is the Claude cursor that it is using to navigate through our LinkedIn posts, understanding the post context and replying each comment one by one in my tone of voice. On the right hand side, I have Claude from Chrome extension and I have created a skill so I don't have to repeat the same thing over and over again. I can just simply type reply to comments and then it will start automating that part for me. In a similar manner, you can automate your scraping, writing out your email drafts, everything that you are doing manually, you can easily do that by using Claude from Chrome. How it actually works behind the scene is, it will first capture our web page or screenshot, then understand the context, and it will actually use this cursor to reply all of these comments and wait for a minute. It will click on that reply button as well, and there you go. Then it will move on to the next comment and repeat the same process until it is done with all the comments. First of all, it will click for the comment, wait for 1 second, capture the page. It is using the browser badge tool, finding the like and reply button on the username, clicking on it, waiting for 1 second, typing our comment and clicking on reply button, and there you go. The whole idea of using Claude from Chrome is whichever task that does not have any API key to automate that, we will give that task to Claude from Chrome. For instance, in this example, we don't have any particular API that can help us to automate all of our LinkedIn comment, right? We have to do it manually, and we don't want to use any third-party tool that use our session context, that use our login. We want to use AI in such a way that it does not require any of those complexities, and we are automating all of our web automation tasks. Awesome, it's done replying to all the comments and it took 70 steps to complete all of them. Now let's look at another use case of Claude from Chrome, which is scraping data that you have to do it manually as there are no API available for some of the platforms. Therefore, for this type of task, either you have to do it manually since there are no API available for there, or you have to hire someone else to do the scraping for you. But by using Claude from Chrome, we can automate that without paying a single dollar to any third-party API or hiring anyone. So this is my simple prompt and I will say enter. It will first start reading the page text. And there you go, it is done scraping this list within matter of seconds, where I can easily copy that and store it inside my CRM or anywhere else I like. Now with their brand new capability, we can use Cowork inside Claude for Chrome. You can see I have one of my Cowork session open inside my Chrome, so I can side by side work on my Claude Code session as well as inside my browser, where I have given it a raw video where it needs to add music throughout the video by using my Claude custom skill. To use Cowork directly inside your Chrome, click on these 3 buttons and switch to the new experience. And here we have our Cowork open inside our browser. So I can switch to one of my recent tasks, which is video music matcher. But if I want to go back to my Claude from Chrome browser, I can switch back to the classic version. And here we have our Claude from Chrome. Now let's give it another task, which is to scrape top 10 product hunt launch and see what type of category that it is winning or people are loving it. Here is my simple English prompt, and we don't want it to stop for our approval. That's why I will select the one act without asking. But if there is something sensitive, or if you want to review any of the Claude approach before taking action, you can use this ask before acting. Then from here you can switch between different models as you like. I'm going to leave it as default, which is right now Opus 4.5. Let's give it a go. It will first read the page content. Right now it is taking the screenshot to see it visually. Now it is scrolling down, as you can see, to read the rest of the product hunt launch winners. Here is our result, and it took 12 steps to complete this action. Now the smart thing it did here is, it did not just judge on 1 day data, it actually cross-checked with the entire weekly dashboard so that the pattern isn't just a 1 day fluke. We have our daily top 10 and our weekly top 10. Then what were the dominant pattern in the startups, why people were loving them, and all the worth noting observation it has done for you so that you can easily skim and scan and understand the overall hype or trend inside AI space. But the real value for Claude in Chrome is the recurring automation. I can teach it a skill or record myself working for once, and then it will learn how I work, write a multi-step instruction and automate that part for me. For instance, every day at 10 a.m. it is automatically replying to all the comments in my LinkedIn profile, and the best part is it is running in the background so that I can focus on the work that actually moves the needle for my business and not just replying to LinkedIn comments, as everything is baked inside one skill, like my tone of voice, how I like to structure my LinkedIn comment, and at what time I want to trigger this workflow, because we also have an option to schedule this recurring automation. Therefore, you just have to record yourself working for once and Claude will mimic your human behavior and automate that task without any web API tools, as you are not paying anything extra for API call or any extra credits. It is already included inside your Claude plan, so why dodge it and not use it? Now let me show you how you can teach Claude a skill and automate that workflow or task for you. First of all, we will need to download Claude from Chrome extension. So head over to Chrome Web Store and search for Claude. We will install this and you need to authenticate with your account. Once that's done, inside our extension tab, we will find our Claude extension. Let's pin this and then click on the Claude logo to open this extension. Then click on this cursor button that will teach Claude how we work in real life. Click on start recording, and at the same time you are working, you can also speak so it will listen and understand much better way. So I have opened my LinkedIn post and I want to help me to automate all the replies to my comment. First of all, you have to understand the LinkedIn post content. Then you need to click on most recent and not more relevant, because I want you to comment on all the recent comments. And on the right hand side, you can see it is jotting down all the steps that we are doing. Now find one by one comments. First of all, like them, draft a reply, write the comment, and then click on reply. Do it one by one until you are done with all the comments. Then once you are done with your workflow, click on done. It will automatically come up with the entire prompt for you. You are engaging with comments on LinkedIn post as Manthan Patel. These are the steps. On the post, first of all, click on more, which is to expand and read the entire post. Scroll down to the comment section and select the drop down of most recent. Usually it will be most relevant, but we want to reply to the most recent comments. Then click on load more comments until all comments are visible. Proceed comments one by one and skip the comments which we have already done or replied. Then for each unreplied comment, first of all expand to see more, so it will click on this more button to read the entire comment. Click on the reply button. Then type the reply in the prompt box and click on reply or submit button. Continue until every unreplied comment is handled. Then once it is done with everything, finish with a short summary, how many comment replied, how many skip and why. And here you can add your own tone of voice and how would you like Claude to write comments in your personality. So this is my reply style, non-negotiable. You need to write like a real human, 1-2 short sentence maximum. Never use any of this buzzword, and however you like Claude to write on behalf of you. Once that's done, we will come up with the name, which is LinkedIn engagement comments, and we want to start from our LinkedIn profile. And you can also clear it out in case you don't have that particular destination that it always should start from. Now once we are happy with our prompt, it's time to convert this into recurring automation. So we will schedule this once a day on a daily basis at 10 a.m. We will use the best model, Opus 5, and click on create shortcut. Now it will run this recurring automation at 10 a.m. every single time on my LinkedIn profile. But to test it out, let's trigger this by calling it a skill. Click on slash and then your skill name, which is LinkedIn Engage Comments. We will say start, and that's it, because we have already described everything inside this skill. It will first of all capture the page to get the post content, viewing post content, finding the most relevant drop-down button. You can see it is using its own cursor and clicking on the most recent one. In this LinkedIn post, there is only one unreplied comment, which is Farhan's one. So it is finding the Farhan comments posted. It is first of all liking it, again capturing the page to make sure that it has done the work, then clicking on the reply button, then writing inside the prompt box, and typing our reply. clicking on the reply button, and there we go. We have automated our LinkedIn comment without using any external API or giving our session cookies or hiring anyone. We are automating that part by using Claude in Chrome. Plus, in this comment, you can see it is not using any of those AI slop words or dashes because we have baked that strictly inside our skill that don't use any of the AI slop patterns. So that way you don't have to go back and forth every single time with Claude. Instead, you can provide multi-step instruction and bake everything inside one skill. At the end, it will provide you with the full summary, how many comments it liked, how many it replied, and how many it skipped. So I hope you will use Claude in Chrome as a no API automation layer for you and not just for a one-off task. Whatever thing that you're doing on a daily basis, you can convert this into loop. First of all, record yourself doing the task, then save it as a skill and add your own personal instruction to make it usable for you, then schedule it on a daily or weekly basis as per your use case, and then it will run in the background without disturbing you. Just to show you some examples, we have done with the entire LinkedIn comment reply on a daily basis with our own tone. Then you can also use it to draft all the pending emails overnight with your own tone of voice or for any particular scraping task. Plus, with Claude in Chrome, you can launch Cowork side by side with your current session so that you can get work done without switching different tabs. For instance, I have one of my session which is, as I mentioned before, video music matcher. So otherwise I would have to open my Claude desktop application, head over to Cowork and then navigate with two different tabs. But by using this extension, I can launch Cowork and get done work in the same tab. Now, if you want to learn about how you can ship AI agents inside your application by using Claude Manage Agent, check out this video.